Bitcoin breakdown or shakedown? Bulls have lost momentum. How low is Bitcoin going to go? Hey guys, it's Keith Allen. And as you can see, we have got some deterioration in Bitcoin price action. Yesterday, we talked about the loss of momentum, that it seemed like Bitcoin was losing momentum. And today we're seeing that play out even further to the downside. Now, I'm not yet ready to classify this as a full breakdown because it's not, in my opinion. However, it could certainly develop into that. Let's start here on fire charts and just get a quick overview of what's happening, because man, the action that's happening with liquidity and the order flow has been very active as of late. Let me go ahead and share the screen here, and I will pull this up for you guys. Looking now at the um, at the daily chart on fire charts, you can see that these purple whales have been selling. Brown mega whales have also been selling. But look who's buying. Red, yellow, and green. Translation, retail buying, whales selling. I think we all know how that tends to play out. A lot of nuance in this, so I'm going to climb into that. But first, just deal with a quick bit of housekeeping. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice of any kind. Nothing I say or share should be considered trading advice or investment advice. Trading is risky. Do your own research. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. So, with that, we see obviously that we have this breakdown here in price. We did yesterday nose up above 67K briefly, and then price dropped down. Now, where is the resistance happening? Well, we know we have big time overhead resistance in the order book here above the 70K level. Some of this has actually dropped down. And of course, we also yesterday discussed how some of this bid liquidity some of it has moved up and some of it has evaporated. You can see here, you've got what was at the 55K level, at least a block of what was at the 55K level, about $6 million worth, had moved into a ladder up above 60. So that in itself, actually, some of it might even be down here at 59 and up. So that in itself is a bullish move in terms of, the fact that these guys may be chasing price because they don't think the price is going to fall below this level. And this also tends to narrow the range, right? So we have seen more bid support come into the 60 to 62K level. And that's a bullish sign, but nonetheless, we're seeing this weakness happen at the moment, which could take us down to this level. So I want to look at the candle chart now and see where the resistance is occurring in terms of technical analysis. And I've pointed this out every day. We've had this tough time with resistance at the 21-day moving average. That's the green line here, and at the red 50-day moving average. Of course, we are seeing some tentative trend precognition signals, which seem to be playing out quite well at the moment. There was a signal from the A1 algo. This one obviously validated yesterday. And now we see a secondary signal coming from the A2 plus algo here today, which, look at this, just passing this low, looking for another low to take out, and conceivably come back down to test these levels. The level that I'm the most concerned with is this one right here. It is the local low. It is the third in a sequence of lower lows that we are trying to protect, right? We had initially, this was our low back in March, early March. We seemed to create a series of higher lows, which seemed bullish, but it was higher lows but lower highs, right? We had a higher low and a lower high. We had another higher low, and well, this high did wick up a little bit higher, but it was not obviously strong, because we saw this breakdown below this 2021 top. 69K has just been really, really hard to establish an RS flip on, and quite frankly, we haven't established an RS flip there. So this blue line, for anybody new to the stream, represents the halving. That's already part of history at this point. And we're seeing a breakdown here. Now, I have been building a long-term position since way, way back when things broke down around the FTX crash. back in November of 2022, right? So just adding incrementally to that over time. What I'm seeing here, and what I've tried to do is improve my cost basis, right? So I started somewhere in this range, started here around 15.5, a little bit from back then, and added incrementally as we went along the way. Now, do I wish I had more from these levels? You're damn right I do, but you can't trade hindsight. All you can do is try and learn and make calculated moves along the way. So I have a pretty good average entry price in terms of where I'm sitting right now, but I'm trying to improve on that. And I've been very, very meticulous about how I rotate and really scale in and out of trades to try and get the most bang for my buck, right? I'm not sitting on a fat stack of millions of dollars. I am trying to create one, and I'm trying to create one by getting the best cost basis that I can, best average entry price that I can by DCAing my way into this longer term position. So my highest entries on this position were at 65K. And I just sold those as this breakdown started to develop. I just sold those at break even. So nothing there, nothing gained, nothing lost. It's only going to improve for me if I buy back in at a lower price and can bring my average cost down. So I'm looking for that to happen now, and I do think that based on where we're seeing liquidity in the order book at the moment, that there is a chance that we do break through this level here, where we have bid liquidity at the moment. This active range at the moment is just below 65K, right? And this demand right here may be what foils me, but I'm going to dance with the one that brung me. Okay. Historically, purple whales have had the most influence over Bitcoin price direction. And so that's what I'm going to stick with at the moment. That's what works for me. You do what works for you. Now, we know that there are billions in shorts stacked up above this level. And for us to, in my opinion, to really stage a legit run up against this, we need to see more bid liquidity coming into this range above 60K. Hasn't materialized yet. Plenty of time for that to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm expecting that as long as whales are continuing to sell at this moment, and it looks like maybe a little tick off the bottom here, but we'll wait further for this to develop. It's not going to take much to move up here, right? With all this strong buying from red right now, it would not take much to move through this because they've just cleared out all this liquidity. It's very thin here. It would be very easy to shoot back up to 66, even 66.5. So I'm mindful of that. I may not get the opportunity to improve on this. However, I just, I'm taking a gamble on that. So more adds to the bullish narrative that might might make me a fool for trying to make this move and pulling the plug on 65K. But one of those things is the ETFs. Okay, obviously, we know what's going on here with US ETFs, and the ETF flows have been positive again for the third straight consecutive trading day. Not setting the world on fire, but net positive is net positive. Yesterday, we looked at the outflows from Grayscale, which seemed to be trending down. So maybe that's leveling off a little bit. But more importantly, excuse me. More importantly, oh look, there's me. More importantly, we have this that came from Eric Balconis from Bloomberg, talking about the fact that the Hong Kong spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs have been approved to start trading on April 30th. So conventional wisdom says, yeah, that's going to be more demand for BTC and more demand for ETH. So the net effect of that should be more demand equals translates into an increase in price over time, right? So whether they come on as strong as they did, as the US ETF investors did, remains to be seen. We had 10 years of pent up demand. They, of course, had their own pent up demand, but they've had the benefit of watching the U.S. market evolve and mature a bit in the short time since those ETFs were approved and launched in January. So I think that ultimately it does mean an increase in price. I just don't know if it's going to be as fast and furious as it was here in the U.S. Now, also stands to reason that those future Hong Kong ETF investors, along with the rest of us, would like a chance to buy lower, and that's exactly what could be playing out here as well, right? Look at this. Red is just on fire. Let's see how much money they spent here in the last little bit, because I'm going to switch over to the absolute CVD, and we can see the numbers. Red is $10,000 to $100,000 orders, and they have in the past little bit, they have gone from negative 11 million, so an outflow of 11 million, up to so 11, 12, 13, almost 15 million in the last short period of time. What is this? 14, 40. So last hour and a half or so, which is pretty impressive, right? So now that they're clearing this level here, they have a chance to shoot back up, which could screw me in terms of what I'm trying to do. But I'm going to be patient here and watch this develop, because what I'm not seeing yet is the activity I want to see from whales. Now, whales can't buy, notably, whales cannot buy into this kind of liquidity, because it's very, very thin, and they would see some slippage from that. So waiting to see, there's a refresh on the screen here, waiting to see if that whale buying begins. And let me switch back over here to the daily. We can get a little bit more granular with it. And I'm not convinced here. I'm really not convinced. Yes, there's a void here, and this could be the trap. But red is off to the races here. They're buying it. They're eating it up, just like they were a month or so ago, right? So we'll see if 65 gets established as the bottom, but we lost it. Look, and just as I said that, we just saw a change in the liquidity. It just moved above and turned into resistance. So I'm again keeping my eye on purple. I will isolate that class so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. What I want to see is purple buying with volume. This is not volume. This is just, barely cracking back in, and at small increments. So I'm looking to see more of a degradation in price here, as long as price holds. And let's see where things could go from here, right? Obviously, we have more support coming in at 62K, and that's not a lot. That's exactly what was here. This actually was sub 8 million, and got stronger as as price moved in that direction, and then it got taken out, and we saw ladders coming in both directions here, which is what we're seeing playing out now. So not a lot here at the moment. 8.2 million is not enough, in my opinion, to really hold. As we see, if price does come down this way, we're likely to see more liquidity come into this range to bolster support, at least above 60K, right? So if that doesn't hold and we see a further breakdown, where do we go from there? Again, we zoom out to the liquidity and see that we have a ladder of bids below 60K. 59K obviously is a very, very important level, because it is what's still serving as our local low, and it's the last invalidation point for me right here. If we lose this level, and let me open this up a little bit, if we lose this level, then we need to seriously be prepared for a move to this consolidation level. Remember, 50 to 52K was never, ever retested, and neither was this range either. So we do it one level at a time around here. At least that's what I do. So this would be, if we were to lose this at 59K, I would be closing positions and looking to reinvest down at this range should it hold. If that doesn't hold, then guess where I'm going? I'm going right here. But that's far in the future. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be any sentiment for those levels. It all seems to be above 60K. And it's reasonable to think that this could hold until we see something changing fundamentally here in the order book in terms of where liquidity is stacked. Again, I'm going to keep my eye on purple and wait till they start coming back with something more robust in terms of their buy volume before I'm confident that this price is going to hold. That's going to wrap it for the moment, guys. If I see anything further developing today, anything significant, I will do my best to give you another update. In the meantime, I appreciate all of the follows and comments. Keep them coming, guys. If you like the content, please smash all the buttons, share a comment with me. I read each and every one of them, and I engage with each and every one of them. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, and it is also helping me grow the channel. So that's a bonus for all of us. Thanks again, guys. As always, let's just keep an eye on what is developing here through the remainder of the week. Remember, we have a monthly close coming up next week, in less than a week from today. So that really, along with this Hong Kong ETF situation, I think lends itself to more volatility in both directions. So be prepared for that. As always, have a great day and trade safe, my friends.